Keep this going for our next performer. She works all over town. She's a favorite here. It's Jen Deaderick, everybody. Give it up for Jen Deaderick.
Hi, how are you? Oh, good. Someone said good. He's well-mannered. So yeah, I have a weird last name. It's Deaderick, and it's spelled D-E-A-D, like Deaderick. And as you probably guessed, it's from Deaderick. It's German because you immediately associated me with Marlene Dietrich when I walked on stage, right? Right? Yeah, see? It's German, yeah, in background, and somewhere along the line, some ancestor thought, you know, put the word dead in it. That'll work. And we've been burdened with it ever since. But it's a little strange being, I'm half German American. And German Americans, they don't make a big deal about being German American. They've sort of assimilated into the culture. But then Germans are known for being big joiners. So, you know, they assimilate right in. Yeah, pretty much the only indicator that we were German was that my grandmother had a cuckoo clock. You know, that was like it. Now my other half, my mother is Irish. You don't have to clap for that. No. Don't kiss my ass. So anyway, so I'm from Boston, and being, all right, so I love this. I love comedy. Boston! Hey, there we go. Thank you. And in Boston, of course, being Irish is a big deal, you know. Kind of make a big deal about it up there. There's the t-shirts, you know, the thank God I'm Irish, you know, and the God made the Irish #1. The Germans, they don't do that like that. But then a t-shirt that said God made the Germans #1 would really look very different post-Hitler, wouldn't it? So, it's awkward. But actually, on a historical note, and this is, I seek to educate as well as entertain. That's my mission. In fact, German immigrants were known as being drunken louts around the turn of the century. True fact. Because they had the beer gardens, you know, and they were roly-poly and festive, and they had the breweries, and they had the beer steins and stuff. And it was actually used to promote the Prohibition because they were fighting the Kaiser. But that's all right. You can look that up in your history books. Trust me, it's an interesting fact. Okay. So, but at any rate, the Germans have slowly worked hard at getting rid of that image of themselves as drunken louts. The Irish take a little bit of pride in it, so that's a little weird. I've seen bumper stickers that say, God made whiskey to keep the Irish from ruling the world, which is just the most depressing self-image for an ethnicity that I can personally think of, but that's all right. But it's a big. My mother is the one who's Irish, and stir your coffee, take your time, because it was like clink clink. It's not. Don't worry, it's not distracting in any way. Okay, I'll go over here. But you're fine. I still like you. So okay. My mother's the one who's Irish, and she's very fanatical about it. She actually got an MFA in Irish Studies. I'll come back, I'll talk to you again. She got an MFA in Irish Studies, and she was 51 when she got her MFA. So if we could we just, because she'll see the tape someday, clap for my mom, 51 getting her MFA. Thank you. That was cheap, wasn't it? Getting you to clap like that. All right. So I got a big applause. Did you see that? Anyway, so she got her master's. She's very into Irish stuff, James Joyce, Sam Beckett, that kind of stuff, right? She's very fanatical. But she's very negative about men. She had this very bad divorce from my father, very bitter, you know? I'm ignoring whoever that was. Anyway, so she's very bitter about men, and I'll tell her about some guy I'm dating, and she'll say, oh, you gotta look out for those Lithuanian plumbers. You know, like that. That's always her little tagline. Well, I don't only date Lithuanian plumbers. That's not what I meant to imply. It just seems obscure, but in fact, you do have to look out for Lithuanian plumbers. I don't know if you, okay. So, at any rate, one time I was dating a guy of Irish background, and she says, of course, oh, Jen, you gotta look out for those Irishmen. And I said, now wait a minute, Mom. And I thought, okay, to counteract this, I have a little brother, okay, who is, of course, also half Irish. So I said, Mom, you like Al, don't you? My brother. Oh, yeah, he's a nice kid. Yeah, she likes him. It's her son. Okay, so Mom, he's half Irish, right? Right. Okay, Mom, the good part of Al, does that come from the Irish half, or does he get it from Dad? Everyone who laughed had a bitter single mother. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, I have my own difficulties with men, of course, because I live in New York City. Yes, they do. I wish they did more, but oh my God, I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyway, where was I? So the men here in New York, it's like the city of one-night stands, right? Has anyone noticed this? Like when in Boston, at least the guy makes a pretense that things are gonna, progress from there. No, not here. I mean, I have a new rule now where I have to really get to know the guy. Like for at least 10 years. I gotta know the guy 10 years. Oh, actually, recent experience, 15 years. 15 years, that's my cutoff point. And then I'll sleep with the guy. That's my new, otherwise you never see them again, right? I have some evidence about this, if you like, some stories I'd like to tell, because of course I have the new rule, and I don't do this anymore. Except when I'm drunk. But I, by and large, try not to sleep with guys right away now, because of the following. I had a guy once. I actually slept with him twice. And we talked a lot, and he bought me dinner once. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. And then, we did a little phone tag, I kind of didn't talk to him for a while. He sort of disappeared, and I knew I'd have to see the guy again. So I call him up and I confront him, hey buddy, hey, what's going on? And he says, well, Jen, it was casual. Like I should have known because he wasn't wearing a tux at the time, I was there in my strapless gown waiting for my corsage, and there was nothing. To me, casual sex is what I have with my handheld shower, Yeah. Once someone else is involved, it pretty much ceases to be casual, but that's just me. This other guy who I spent hours talking to, sharing deep personal things with, I take him home because, again, I'm easy. Sadly. We go home, and in my bed, 5 a.m, he turns to me and says, oh, by the way, I'm unable to love. Made me wonder if maybe we hadn't made a mistake encouraging men to express their feelings. Call your mother, I don't care. But I don't hate men, I actually like men. Especially when I'm not dating them, is when I like them, yeah. And particularly in my imagination. But I'm not really talking about sexual fantasy. It's more like John Cusack's in the kitchen making me coffee. Maybe Johnny Depp's in there baking me a cake. Because sex I can get, but cake, that's like a whole other thing. Yeah. Anyway, I know you want to get closer to me, and I just, right now, at this point in my life, I can't really commit to you guys. There was this other audience very recently I was with, and there was this real bond. It was kind of tumultuous, but we really were close in some weird way, and I'm just at this, I'm sort of confused right now. I don't really know what I want. I'm in a bizarre place. I'm in a time of transition. I need a little space. I can't quite get myself together. I don't know what I want anymore. Anyway, so don't fall in love. I'm trouble. I'll only hurt you. No. Don't try to make me stay. I'm just gonna go. Please, no. I'll only hurt you. Don't fall in love. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's Jen Deaderick, everybody. Clap for her, please. I was also some